Identifying.
Standby one. Let's go. Let's go.
You're about to experience the uncensored conversations, stimulating wit, and the thought-provoking wisdom. Bold, raw, and uncut. Right now, on the LanceScurv Show.
Welcome to the LanceScurv Show, TJ. We did some conversations before, many years ago. It's buried deep down under the bottom, so folks probably wouldn't be able to find it. But you've always been a person who's open and willing to talk about things that other people are not really open to talk about. And we wanted to speak about today your journeys into the lifestyle and what that might mean for you, right? So in the last few years, you know, we all live life and have our situations, but there's a situation that you want to talk about that's a little different and offbeat than what most people have experienced. And I want you to tell me about that. First of all, tell everybody the basic situation.
Pretty simple. One man, two women. It's that simple. He likes the lifestyle having two women.
Okay, he. Let's make sure we do things logical here. He, who is he?
Oh, he's my ex. He is my ex. That just like to have two women at all times.
At all times.
At all times. You know, he wants to be able to go to bed with two women in the bed. She has her space. He's in the middle. I have my space.
Okay. Well, you know, my space died out a long time ago. I'm just messing with you. But it's a little different than what most people would think. Because now, you know, I'm like Jerry Springer. People are going to be asking me all kind of questions in the comment section. So I want them to direct it at you because you're going to be checking them. And for those who may not know, I know you face to face in person and you know what I do. And we're going to rock and roll.
It's basically, it's polygamy. That's the name of it. It is polygamy. It's just there's not marriage involved. But to get a title on it, it's polygamy. A lot of people live it and just don't even know they're living it, but they're living it. I'm just more outspoken on it.
Well, would you say that you've leaned toward this type of situation, you know, before, or this is something new for you, or is this something that was always in the back of your mind?
I touched on it when I was younger, but now I'm more wanting it. It's always been in the back of my mind, and now it's just more, I really want it. Like, me and him tried this on more than one occasion. We broke up, we got back together, we broke up, got back together, and we broke up. I'm just tired of that breakup crap, so we tried this. It is something that I want, you know, it is. But you have to do it with the right people, the right person.
Right. Oh, let me just say, for those who don't know, polygamy, the practice or custom of having more than one wife or a husband at the same time. But that's a pretty broad stroke, though. I mean, because you can say more than one wife, more than one husband, but what's the role? I mean, like, okay, now you say he's in the center, and this is two women and one man, and this is something that you desire. You want this. This is appealing to you. This is not something you've been coerced into doing. This is not something that you've been coaxed or lied to, or somebody connived you into doing it or tricked you into doing it. This is something that you said that you want. So what are the boundaries? When we think of these combinations, we go right to the nitty gritty, because most people are going to want to know, like, okay, you're in the bed. It's not like a person who's renting a room. You know, they're renting a room and that's it. I'm paying you my rent. Here I am. You know, we have a common living area, but I have my own room. I have my own bathroom. That's it. We're talking about being in the same bed. So now, you know, folks are going to want to ask you certain questions. Okay, you're in the same bed. People get turned on. Sexuality transpires, and he wants to deal with the both of you. How do you fit in with this? I mean, do you deal with her? Of course you deal with him. Do you deal with her? do you not deal with her, or is it some kind of partial situation? I mean, we're speaking about this situation, but we're speaking on the ideal for you also. What is the ideal situation for you as far as polygamy goes?
For me,
Which, let me just cut you and say real quick. I think you really want to say polyamory. I think that's what it is.
well, that's what he wanted. For me, I do want the polygamy lifestyle. Let me get that clear. He did, and I think that's why we did not work out all these times because of what he really wants. What I want, you can have your 2, 3, 4, 5 women,
Right.
but I like us to have our own space.
Right.
We can go out together with one, but see, he wanted us both in one bed, and I'm not all the way 100% okay with that.
Okay, let me just give the explanation of polyamory also, because we did polygamy, having more than one husband or wife, but polyamory is typically the practice of or desire for intimate relationships where individuals may have more than one partner with the knowledge and consent of all partners. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, and that's what I understood that part. But that's the difference between what he wanted and I wanted.
Right.
And so even though I'm saying polygamy because to me that's what I want, but that's not what he wanted, and that's why we did not work because we didn't have that understanding as who wants what and what wants what. So even though him and her were okay with us sleeping in the same bed, and I never touched her, but that's what she wanted, and I'm not okay with that. I'm not going to touch another female. They can touch me all day, but I'm not going to touch them.
Okay, now, whoa. We're getting interested here. Wait a second now. So, okay, he's in the middle. You're on one side. She's on the other side. And you're not into aggressively touching another woman, but you're okay with her touching you. What's the difference? I mean, it's an exchange.
It's just my limits.
Okay, let's cut to the chase here. Could she? What would you allow her to do to you?
She can go down on me if she chooses to, but she needs to understand I'm not going to go down on her, and wish that was the understanding in going into this. I'm not going to touch you. You can do whatever you want, but you're not going to get it back.
Okay.
Because I'm more into men than women. I'm just dealing with you because of him.
So really, if she, see, you want the lifestyle, you desire that, but you're more into him. So if she split, if she split, okay, put it this way. If she said, you know what, I'm not getting what I want you to go down on me too. I'm split, and I'm going to find a situation that will serve me for what I desire, right? So it's just you and him. Would it lose a little bit of that buzz if there was no third party there?
But that's polygamy. Polygamy, the wives don't touch.
Okay, no. I'm trying to trick you. I'm trying to box you into a corner here now. Wait now. If she left,
that's what I think the difference is. There'd be always somebody willing to come and take your spot. You just got to find the right person.
Okay. So if she left the three-way relationship, which I'll say three-way because it's not the typical, but it's what you make it, right? Okay, if she left, would you be bored with just him? It's something about, what I'm seeing is something about having a third person there that's very appealing to you, even though you don't want to really touch them, but you'll let them do you. So what is it about that third person, which is going to be the female, that makes it more appealing to you since you're not really attracted to them physically? What is it?
Nothing. I don't care. It could be a female there or not there. It doesn't matter.
But, okay.
It don't bother me.
Okay, so you're cool. If there was no female there and he said, well, listen, I want to have another woman or two. How would you feel about that?
That's fine. It's open communication. This is oral communication too now. As long as you have communication, you have everything. That's fine. I don't stress on that.
So let's go deep. Is there something, are you afraid to open up? Is the pursuit of this type of relationship a buffer on an emotional level because maybe you don't trust one-on-one relationships committed? Might that be it? You know I can go deep now.
I know you can. But it's not even that. It's more of having. It's more like a friendship with another female.
Okay.
But
she goes down on you. That's more than a friendship.
No, hold on. Let me explain me.
Okay, tell me. I'm all ears. I'm digging here. Help a brother out.
This is why mine and his relationship did not work, because I'm not comfortable with another woman going down on me. So I stop it. I stop that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why our relationship don't work. What I want originally is for him, he can have 2, 3, 4 women. We can all be friends. It doesn't have to be nothing bitter. It's nothing, no jealousy, no nothing, none of that. You know?
Okay. Let's put it this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's that time of the month. Your friend, women have different names. Lulu is around. And things are very scarlet around this time of the month. And he has someone who he was interested in. And you said, well, bring her home and let me meet her. And you meet her, and she's cool with you. And she comes back another night, and he has expressed a desire to play around with her on a physical level. And you say, you're cool with that. Now, Lulu is around. You can't really get down unless you got down on your knees enough to pray. And they start messing around, getting hot and heavy, and they get into some heavy intercourse, oral sex, the whole shebang. You're sitting there. You're not participating. How do you feel?
Negative. I won't be there.
You won't be there?
I'm not. If he wants another woman, he can have another woman. I'm not going to be there to watch. That's not what it's about.
Okay, but I mean, circumstances happen. I mean, if you're open to be in a lifestyle and you're okay with him with other people, you might be somewhere on a vacation. Somehow, some way, another woman gets involved and he wants to get sexual with her. Would you leave? I mean, so this shows me you have some kind of emotion where you don't really want to see this.
No. I can care less. If we're going into a relationship with an understanding of what's expected and what's wanted, and this is what you want, this is what I want, both parties need to respect that and let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
See, you trying to push for something else.
No. I'm trying to find out where the boundaries and the lines are. I mean, you know, I know about these things.
That I do know, but I know.
I have a sordid past and a very long rap sheet, so I have a deeper understanding into these things more than most. But you know, it's like you cut off and say, well, does it matter? Does it matter? It does matter, because it's something you said that you wanted.
It is, but he will have his own life. It's going so. Oh, you think this crowd's up all the way over, huh? It's more of a thing of where if we're going into a relationship as an understanding and what's expected and what's allowed to happen, what's not allowed to happen, then it should be okay for him to go and have other relations. But is that female going to be there long term or short term? Because we don't want no short term.
Right, I understand that. If she wanted to be around long term, and you are the main, and you basically have to approve from your standpoint, correct? I mean, you have to be respected, and if it's somebody that you don't like, I guess then it's a no-go. But if it's somebody you do like, now, how does this woman fall into place? You all are living together now. You're in charge. You're the number one. You met her. You're cool with it. He's cool with it, of course. Now, how does life go on?
We won't live together. You can never have more than one woman under one roof. That she will need her own separate place, more like a duplex, where he can transfer houses. She have her days, I have my days. But it still goes down to communication. Communication is everything.
Well, I mean, the duplex could be right next door.
Huh?
The duplex, it could be right next door, right?
I know.
But I mean,
It's
like,
not far.
but I'm saying, okay, you wanted to be cross town or like really
No.
close, or
Close.
do you want her to share in the duties of being that woman in the house, or separate quarters completely?
Separate quarters completely. Because she needs to have her own space where she can run it, and I need to have my own space where I can run it.
So your man can go there, or he can come back. Could he bring her to your space?
Yeah, that's where we have to get along to, where we can go ahead and have Sunday dinners together, Thanksgiving together, Christmas together, birthdays, celebrations, where we can have that. That's
Wow.
where we have to get along.
So you're going to celebrate holidays together?
Hell yeah.
Okay. You're buying presents for each other and everything like that.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm understanding this more now. But there's something I'm feeling here. There's something, I'm not going to say that's off. There's something that maybe you haven't dealt with in the pursuit of this that I don't know where it is, but I'm going to find out. I'm pretty good that way. I'm going to find out. But okay, say she wants to get sexual with him right there in your space. Is that a no-no? Do they have to
That's
go
a no-no.
back? Say it again?
To her place. To her place. That's where you have your own place. So do that shit at your place.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can come get her for dinners every night and whatnot, but he needs to split up days, I'll sleep with you tonight. I go to her tomorrow. However we decide to do it,
Right. Well, okay, how do you feel on that night that you're alone and you know that he is laying the pipe to this next woman? I just have to say it that way. He's eating her, he's tasting her, he's deep inside of her. Do you insist that he use protection, or because this is a committed thing, expanded more than two people, but it's still an inner circle? And I'm speaking it for those who are going to listen to this in the lingo of that lifestyle. Some folks are going to say, "Oh, Lance, you're condoning this, you're pushing this." No, we're exploring this, and we're speaking to somebody. So this is a rare opportunity. So we have to ask questions. But do you push for her or him to use protection? What if she got pregnant? How would you feel about that?
That's life. That's part of this whole little thing. I can't say what the next person has to do. This is supposed to be more of a family. We have to have communication, understanding. She gets pregnant, I get pregnant, hell. We have 50 kids. What can I say? You never know what happens, You can't just go over there and say, "Listen, we're coming in this house together, but you have to do this, you have to do that." No. We have boundaries, we do. But what he does for her is what he does for her. Now, hopefully, she stays faithful and she doesn't go and have another man on the side.
Right, because that could bring unwanted bits of crotch sauce into the whole relationship and little STDs.
Yeah, and that's why, you just don't jump in the bed with anybody anyway. You get to know them, build that relationship, that rapport, that communication, and make sure this is what they want. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm an expert in this, because I'm really starting to explore it myself. So I don't know all the do's and don'ts and yes and no's. So just for your listeners, I'm not an expert at this. I'm learning it myself. But I know what I know. I like what I know. And I'm going to explore it more so I know more. And if they don't like what is being said, they can always turn off the radio.
No, I'm quite sure their ears are glued to it. But do you care? do you care to share, not in detail, because this is totally anonymous, only I know who you are, but, and I'll probably see you tomorrow too, you know, or later on, right? In transit. But, dang, what was I going to say? Oh God, what was I going to say? You're giving me brain farts here. I'm sitting here thinking so deep.
Oh my God!
Oh,
I'm giving you
yeah.
brain fart?
No. It's only because of the hour that it is. But do you care to give a little bit about yourself, not in detail, but an overall description of yourself? I'm not saying height, weight type stuff. I'm just saying because yes, she is drop dead gorgeous for those who are listening, but like age, your likes, your background. You don't have to say what school you went into, but things about yourself so people can get a basic understanding of what you're about, you know, religious background or, you know, college, no college, you know. Tell me a little bit. I mean, I know, but for the sake of the listeners, a little bit so they can get a better picture of who you are.
I'm 26. I am the average 26-year-old. No, I'm not. I'm more mature for my age.
Yeah, you are. You have that librarian look. If you take your glasses and let your hair down, it's a whole different ball game.
And I'm just an average person. I do have college on me. I'm a mother. I'm a caretaker. I am just the average person. I have my good days, my bad days. You know, I'm not nobody special. I'm sure the hell ain't ugly, though, but...
Nobody's going to call you that.
You know, you're blind if you say that. But I love my older men, but I'm not only channeled into older men. You have to be mature to come to me correctly.
Oh, I know some pretty hot 80-year-olds that might be interested in you.
You know what? I don't think they can handle me. No, but that's basically, I'm just simple. I'm the simplest person ever. I like what I like. I don't like what I don't like.
Okay. Well, you're saying that, but what do you like? Let's get a little more intimate. And I don't mean to get like lewd or anything like that, but what are your tastes sexually? What are the things you lean toward? What are the no-nos? What are the fantasies? What are the things that turn you on? This is this kind of show, so we can ask those kind of questions. You don't have to get graphic. If you don't want to, you can if you want to. You know, when I talk to anybody, we're going to find a comfort zone so you can be free.
Oh, but you know my comfort zone. I really don't have one.
I'm still being polite. You know what I mean? As per the contract, I have to always treat everybody the same way.
Okay.
Now, if you won't go out there and tell your business, now you go ahead, girl, and you go and do what you got to do. I'm listening.
We're going to keep it simple before somebody says, oh, I know you. You was on the show last night.
No, it's surprising, though, because I get people who I don't even know. Like I've seen them before, and they walk past me in the bus. Hey, man, that was a good show last night. I'm like, I never talked to this person before. I could be in Walmart in another town, and somebody just tapped me, man, keep up the good work. Oh, damn, you listening too? That underground thing is a very powerful thing. You just never know who's listening. You're on a highway and somebody honks and waves, Scurv! Like, oh, damn.
No. I am, in bedroom life, I am easygoing, too. I can change it up depending on the man. So if he's more gentle and sexy and caressing, you know, good with his hands, I'm good. I don't always like it rough, though, but I'm not afraid of rough sex. The choking, the hair pulling, the ass smacking, I'm good with that, too.
Okay.
So I can switch it up. It depends on the mood, how things are going. I'm all for it.
What is a no-no for you? What don't you do?
Anal.
I kind of knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. And I don't swallow neither.
Say it again. No, I heard you. You don't swallow.
The only two things I do not do. I will suck you all day, but I will not swallow your cum.
Well, I mean, it's like, you know, a delivery company saying, I'm not going to bring it into your house, but I'll drop it at the curb. I'm quite sure most people will be happy with that. Although, most men want the whole, because it's a psychological thing, I guess, when a woman swallows a man and it's like, yeah, you're drinking my, it's so intimate, and they're not going to look, hey, you're not refusing to do that. So they're not going to complain. Say it again.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
That's where the other woman comes in. Get one that gets the anal swallow for you, because I'm not.
Well, I guess there is an advantage to the whole polyamory or polygamy or whatever it may be. I think it's a blending of both for you. I think that's what it is. But so I'm not saying you're weak because you don't do those things, but I'm just saying it because of the terminology. She's strong where you're weak. She will do what you don't do.
You can say that. I'll accept that because I'm not going to do it. I would accept that, yeah.
Wow. Well, speak for women who don't like that. What is it about that is like, nah, I ain't doing that?
That's fine, because I don't have to have that lifestyle either. I've had regular relationships. So I more go with the flow. I would love to go ahead into polygamy, but it's a hard time finding somebody who can do it faithfully. So I'm not going to spend all my life looking for that lifestyle person to come along. No. I'm young, but I'm not that young.
You're young. Trust me. Whenever you can multiply your age by 2 and then add on 2 years, and that's my age, you young. Trust me.
Yeah, but you also got to think, I go for older men too. So you older men are stuck in your ways. So if you're not wanting that lifestyle,
you older men. So you're speaking for all. I'm not. I'm flexible. You know me. I reinvent myself every few years. I'm spontaneous. I'm not stuck. We do have to do things on a regular, committed level when you work, and like this hobby that I have of what I'm doing now. But other than that, I'm spontaneous. I'm not stuck in my ways. Oh, we got the barbecue every weekend, watching the football game.
Let me change this up. Majority of the men that are not married are stuck in their ways.
Well, some are married and stuck in their ways.
Yeah, but see, I really can't talk to them because I can't deal with them. The ones who are not married, I can go ahead and deal with. Leave it alone.
I was going to say something, right?
I know. I mean, come on, 6 years of knowing you. I know. I'm good.
Well, I'm quite sure I'm quite sure you have so many people saying, or I'll have so many people saying, Scurv, she wants to get into this. Just give her my email address, give her my number. We can try. I don't care if she doesn't swallow or not. Well, did you ever have somebody?
Single.
Say it again.
I am single.
No, I know you are.
I will accept applications.
Okay. So now you're turning me into the broker now, right? I'm the middleman.
No, not at all. Because remember, if they comment, I will see it automatically.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's cool, right? So folks who are listening, you can make your comments and she will see it. So if you have an offer to make, just say it and it shall be done. If she likes you.
Yeah, I have standards.
Well, you're going to have a couple females reaching out to you too. And you made the statement earlier today when we were, around each other, and you said, well, I don't care. Say it again?
You're going to open up this debate now.
No, well, we're going to go live with this. Just let everybody know that this conversation will be done over again, and we'll cover different points, and we will do this live. And so you're down with that, right? You said you were. But
yeah,
you said also that it wouldn't matter to you if you had 5 and 6 women.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing now, because the more you deal with, the more chance that they might be not too faithful, because now he's spread around between so many women. And I've known of a situation like that where these women were all separate, but this one man was dealing with all of them, and they were friendly and speaking out and mapping out actually his schedule. And the funny thing about it was he was married. And he was dipping. And they were like, listen, girl, you got him Tuesday. I got a Monday. And homegirl over there has a Wednesday and Thursday because she's the first one after the wife. So she gets those props. But I think he's going for another one, a fifth one, and we can't have that. It was like some coalition of this married man's penis. And so.
That's totally different.
Yeah, no, I know.
I can't speak on that one because I could tell you how that when I say he could have more, I mean, where we're all in understanding that it's not going to work if they say, well, I can't handle this. They need to be upfront and honest. You know me, I'm quick to point out some shit really quick, and I will pick up on somebody lying or anything. I pick it up quick. So if they're not trying to be faithful, it's not going to happen overnight with him having 5 women. He's not going to be, oh, I'm with you, and then tomorrow he's got 3 other ones. It's not going to happen.
If you run up on I'm just being funny within the black community. If you run up on a Jamaican, not a Jamaican, a Nigerian or a Haitian, a Nigerian, oh, we can have it this way. I went to the supermarket a little earlier and I met a charming young lady. I want to bring her home tonight to make love to her. You know what I mean? And it's like, be like 100 ladies outside.
You trying to get somebody shot.
How do you explain that on a police report, right?
Listen, look, no. When I say it's going to take time for him to get to a certain number, I'm okay with 2, 3. If he's just 4 or 5, that we have to really know them and know about them. And it's not just no random people in the street.
You better get a farm somewhere, like you all kind of like hang out there.
Look, for one, I have medical background. I know how to give you a test quick. So I'm really not concerned about.
Right.
Because before you even think you're going to sleep with that one, yeah, go ahead, hold your arm out. Let me take your blood real quick.
So what would you say to someone who say, you know what, that young lady, she's sick. That's not normal. It's wrong. She's setting herself up to get diseases. She's going to get her heart broken. The man's not going to stay with her. What do you tell the people who will say those things about your choice?
There's 2 ways to answer that. One, where's your husband? Does he have another woman on the side? Because 99.9% of the time, he might just have another woman on the side because you are not just enough for him.
But wait a second. She might not swallow. You see, I got the interview skills, right? Major stutter. Go ahead and answer that one.
It's just a thing of, it's my choice. If I choose to be with a man and I say, yes, baby, I'm good for you having 2 women. Or, baby, do you want to go ahead? I'll be your first wife and you have a second, third wife. It's my choice. Last time I checked, I'm above age limit. And last time I checked, my mother is in bed. So nobody has control in my life but me. Nobody. I make my own decisions. So, yes, you are entitled to your opinion. You really are. And I will listen to your opinion, but I don't think I'm going to take it to heart. Because I know an instructor that told me, you got a problem with something, there's a bathroom. Go urinate your problem because I really don't care what your problem is with my lifestyle. And that's just how you answer that. You can talk all day. But it's my life. I do what I want to do.
And how do you see the future with this? I mean, like getting old together, the small group of you. Is this a way of getting out of being the focal point? Meaning that if it's, and you said you wanted them to have their own space, if it's 1 or 2 people or whatever, but does this take the weight off of you from having to deal with deception? Like, does this, by you facing it this way or desiring to live this way, is it that you'd rather face the worst instead of being in a relationship and finding something out? Have you had something traumatic happen to you? And I have to ask this, in your past, which made you shut down emotionally, but desire something like this because you're not allowing yourself to go full force and head into it, diving head first, because you automatically have it set up where your man is with somebody else, so you can only take it but so far. I'm kind of like abstracting how I'm asking that. Is this type of relationship some type of safety buffer emotionally?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, traumatic. Yeah, I had a few traumatic things happen to me.
Is this something that you can share? I mean, like, you don't have to go in detail, but some.
Well, no, I can. It's fine. I mean, I was raped more than once.
I'm sorry to hear that, sweetheart.
You know, I'm not gonna go into details about the worst one, but as far as that being a buffer is kind of not, because I've had my regular relationships. I've had them. I mean, you know, my last one was almost 4 years.
Right.
You know, so that's, you know, and cheating was not the factor. So that's not the problem. It's really not. It's more of something, and you know, I've always questioned it in my mind, even growing up, but it came more about, and you know what, actually, the one show with polygamy, the Sister Wives, that's a really like, yeah, that is true. I want that.
That was your aha moment, as Oprah Winfrey would say.
Yeah, you know, and he has 4 wives. So I'm not saying I want what they have exactly, but I want something along that line. I want my man to be able to have, you know, more than one wife, and be happy. Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of stress. No, it's not always gonna be gravy, but, and yes, let me go ahead and throw out the little elephant in the room. They are white. I am black, but anything can happen as long as you have the mind frame. Because I know there's going to be a question come out, well, they're white and white people do crazy. No. You have black people that live that lifestyle but not open.
Yes, I do know that from my glorious past.
Yeah. So it is more of, right now, I'm outspoken about it. No, I'm not going to get in front of a group of crowd and come out and say that and make a TV show. Probably not.
You never know.
But
You never know. You never know, because somebody might hear this and say, hey, whatever. Let me tell you something. I said probably. I didn't shut it down completely. Let me tell you, before I even got into doing the radio shows and stuff on YouTube and stuff, I had an offer from Wife Swap to be on that show.
Ooh.
But no, there's nothing sexual involved, like wife swapping and all that stuff. No, but it was like you just switch, and you just, you know, the family switch, and you have the, like, say, for example, me, the way I raise children, it may not be good for those next children in that next family. And my wife, you know, they were ready set to go. They found me on my website because I fit the background. It was like, you know, where you were raised in the budding hip hop era, the age you were. I was about, in my mid 40s then. And they wanted somebody that fit my dynamic, you know. And my wife was like, I'm not going to do that. We weren't really I was kind of down for it, but, you know, it was like, because she didn't understand. Like now, she probably would do something a little more public, but even still with her, she's like, you know, she knows about these secret societies and she knows a little bit about a lot of things. And she's like, right now, you can be the public one. I'll get on and do a show or two or whatever, but we're not gravitating toward that world, because that world is a wicked thing. We don't want to end up sacrificed. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to hear it. You know, somebody come and try to sacrifice me, I'm sacrificing them. But yeah, they were going to give us, after everything, they were going to take care of my time on the job and her job, and all expenses while it was going on. And the taping would have taken, of course, several weeks before they get everything and edit it out. And after everything was done, we would have walked away with $20,000. So, you know, I kind of kissed that goodbye, you know, because I would never try to force her into that. And again, it wasn't a sexual thing. It was just merely positioning. You know, this man, you know, go and raise up these next kids that run this household with this next woman and that next man, so and so. Sleeping was separate and all of that good stuff. Funny show. I always wonder how I would have reacted, you know, to another family and what they do, because, you know, we're all set in our ways as far as like raising families are concerned. But it would have been a heck of a commercial. If you're into anything and you get an offer like that, you're a household name. People recognize you. And if you do something else that's fabulous, then yeah, I think I'm an interesting person. So hey, reach out to me or TJ. Yeah, but
right now, as far as going out in public, showing my face, pretty sure people will know it's me because of the details we gave out. But standing in a group of crowds, I still get nervous talking, even though I speak in front of crowds now.
Right. But it's about personal stuff now. So, but then again, remember, there's so much stuff to compete against. Everybody's not like looking at every single one of the videos that I do. I mean, they're busy. They have other things to watch, and they'll pick one. They don't pick everything, because I do stuff every day, just about. And they don't, you know, some people do, but it's like, it's busy out there. And for them to narrow it down and come after you the next day, it's not like you're going to have a bunch of paparazzi at your front door. I ain't that big. You know what I mean? If you got up on Oprah or something like that, it's a different story.
Yeah, we were going to start with you and see what happens.
So what have you considered other men in the circle, or you prefer one man with other women?
You talking about me being the only woman having all these men?
No. A mixture. If it was an extended thing, say they were 2 husbands and 5 wives, and it's just extended, everything that you told me, but just that next husband there. And you wanted to deal with him and go to his bedroom, and he had his own separate place.
Now, see, I never thought, about it that way, because you have men and their ego. Women have emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Men have egos. So you might, I never thought of that. That I have never thought of. But I guess it'd be the same thing. I guess more the guys need to actually be friends. Them literally need to be friends. If nobody's not friends, they need to be friends.
Yeah, they'll be fighting too.
Yeah, it has, it'll be a very mature setting, of course, but I believe, and anybody can correct me wrong because I never thought about it that way, adding a second man into it. I believe more, it needs to just, they have to be friends. They have to communicate amongst themselves as long with us too, and set out times. I guess it'd be easier with 2 men, 3 women, beautiful, I guess. I don't know, but, that I would have to put more thought into it.
That's a whole lot of crotch sauce being tossed around, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Well, put it this way. I've been in situations that I have observed, I stress that word, that I've observed where... Say that again?
We can use that word.
Observed. I've observed a lot. Thine eyes have seen the glory of the coming. I'm not talking about the Lord either. But anyway, I've observed situations where it was open. And like open, where it was open super sexually. And you had this one wife and her husband was across the room dealing with this next wife, and she was dealing with this other husband, and there might have been 10 other such pairings there.
10 other, hold on. Oh, Jesus.
Well, this was a party. This was an orgy, right?
Oh,
and,
okay.
And I'm hearing the young lady who's with the next husband, whose husband was across the room and was watching her doing what she was doing. She was on her back. And I heard her say, oh, I got to give you my other number because we got to get together. Just you and me. I'm like, this is crazy. You're getting permission. You're doing it. He has no problem with it. But you have the need to go off on your own. That showed me a lot about human nature and what we really need. It's like, so you don't have, and I'm asking you, you don't have the need for that man to be just your man and your man only. Have you ever thought about that? And is that something that you've ever wanted? Or do you think there's something that really is unrealistic because you brought it up when you said about people who made those comments and you asked them, where is your husband? Because they might have another man on the side. Again, is that just a way of protecting you from the hurt of finding that out?
In my short time in the real world, I'm finding out more and more because, as you know, I have more of my friends that are guys than females. And as I listen to them talk, like I have one who has a wife. He had a wife, but he also had 3 other girlfriends. And he said, no, my wife is good. She's amazing in bed. I love her, but I just want more.
More, more, more. How do you like it? How do you like it? This is 70s coming out.
I see. And then I have one who has a girlfriend and got her to where she left her kids, she left everything to be with him, but he still has other girls on the side.
Does she know this?
She knows it. The one girl on the side, I know how to stay in the side, and she put it to her attention. So it's more of, it's just what I know a lot of men prefer. And I think having a lot of guy friends that I can sit there and listen to, we go out, have drinks, or go to the gun range or whatever, and listen to their conversations.
Well, I ain't going to no gun range with no open relationship. Folks might start catching feelings and changing their mind with guns in their hand. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
These are friends. These are like strictly friends, no relationship. We've been friends for a very long time, no relationship. These are just my best friends, because I don't get along with females like that either. Mm-hmm. I like guys, guys, no drama, get to the point, bam, done, So listen to their conversations like, damn, is it just really, and then listen to a lot of men talk. Majority of men want more. And it's like, okay, you want more? Let's talk about it, So if you take a survey and you put 100 men in a room and give them the same survey and ask them how many girls are they currently dealing with now, whether it's taking them on dates, whether it's sleeping with them, whatever.
You have emotional affairs also.
It just happens. Those men, you're going to have probably more than half of the men say, if they don't say, I have somebody else on the side, they're going to say, I want somebody on the side.
You think it's just greed, though? You think it's greed, or you think that porn has blasted the minds and fried the minds of most men?
Well, let's use my ex as an example. He has his girlfriend at home. They've been together 5 years. Okay, he lived with, this whole thing with more than one woman for a very long time.
Trying to love two ain't easy to do.
So what happened was, she likes to go out and go partying. Now, you know me, I'm not the partying type. I'm more of a homebody. The most thing I do crazy is go shopping. That's it. But
I think the folks listening to this interview might not agree with that. Shopping, that's normal. But look at the other things you're pursuing.
Well, I'm a homebody. I might do crazy shit, but I'm a homebody. I don't go out partying, drinking, clubbing. I don't do that. He don't do that. He don't drink. He don't smoke. He don't do none of that. So he's a homebody. So when she goes out, he's home alone, bored out his mind. And see, where he moved from, he moved here with her. But when he found me, because he found me, he seeked me out. And we started talking. When he said he wants another woman, I'm like, oh, really? Let's talk about this more in depth. But I'm more fit his personality. So it's also personalities, you know?
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned also that she was a bit, a little older than you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she was a Sour Patch. So.
Explain. What's the patch? Wait, let's get that straight. Is that a physical reference?
No, it is. You know, when you eat something that's sour, you make that face.
But it can't be all that bad. He was with her.
You know, my personal opinion, it is my opinion, I think he got accustomed to her. They've been together for 5 years. And there's something about her that he loves. That's okay. You know, when this last breakup happened, I'm like, thank God. Because this right here, she's too much. I don't want a gimme other person.
And explain that a little more, because you were talking to me about that earlier. And that kind of shines a light a little more in depth into the situation.
You know, if you are a person and, let's say, okay, let's say me, you, and Billie Jean went out shopping.
Billie Jean.
And,
I won't sing on this one.
And Billie Jean says, okay, I got you. I'm like, okay, cool. But now, let me go ahead and throw some extra stuff in there. And let me do this. And let me see how far I could go with this. And then she's like, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. So she's just giving. And I'm just accepting, but not giving nothing back. That's a give-me person. If you just hold your hand out for your give-me's, you're not going to get nowhere. And I don't like those type of people.
But wait a second. Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Does she swallow?
Yeah, she does. I was the
I'm not being funny, because
no, but she does.
If she's a Sour Patch, I'm not saying swallowing is everything, right? But it must be some kind of checks and balances where he sees some value. Not that women are supposed to be just these sexual creatures that, okay, you do this, you perform this act, you're good. We have the emotional, we have the spiritual. I understand that. I speak a lot on those things also. But if she's a Sour Patch, she's got to have something dynamic going on. And that might be it. So, I mean, she's helping you out.
No, she was the main chick. I was the second one.
Oh, okay.
So I was kind of helping her out.
Did you feel that as the second chick, you said it, right? That was there something secret inside of you like, okay, I'm the second chick. They were together for 5 years. She swallows and I don't. There's something about her that he still, maybe he's just used to her and stuff, but I'm going to have that top spot. Did you ever feel a bit of competitiveness inside where, because to me, and I know you're the exception. You are different. I will say that personally. I'm saying that here. You're different. But you know the tricks that many women do, that if they're coming over some man's place, he may have somebody, he may not. But, you know, she might know this and she comes over there and it's a safe night to spend the night because the next woman's out of town or the wife is out of town or girlfriend or whatever, whether he lives together with her or not. And women sometimes have a way of leaving their panties under the bed, leaving strands of hair in odd places that he won't find, but a woman might see. You know, those little games that go on. She might leave some hand lotion that she picked up from Victoria's Secrets that he evidently did not buy, to let that regular woman know, I'm here. There's somebody here, to cause confusion, to open up the spot so she can slide right on in.
I have never done that ever in my life, not even back in them days. But
you sung that one back in them days.
I have never done that. I played my role as a side chick before. I've done that where the other person didn't know me. I had my share role of that. I'm done with that. That's back in them days, you know. But I never been that type to mess up anybody's situation ever. Whether she knew, didn't know, I never was that type of person because karma is a bitch. It is. But I'm not gonna no. And especially, and she knew about me, so even if I did leave something, it's not like it's a surprise. Oops, I left it. My bad. But no, I always made sure I had my panties and everything else.
I mean, yeah, that would help. You know what I mean? You don't make that phone call. Oh, I'm so sorry, but I left my panties on the dining room table, and I know you both are eating dinner right now. I hope she didn't notice.
No, but, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are times when shit does happen and you fucking rush out the house and you don't wear panties. That has happened to me a few times. But
okay, give us one of them stories.
No, it wasn't at a man's house. You know, when you getting dressed, like I was getting my kids ready to go to school, and I did my daughter's hair. I jumped in the shower. I put my dress on, got full of deodorant, lotion, all that. Did my hair, rushed out the house. Got down the street and like, oops.
You know what? I'm glad that you didn't go to the mall, because you know how all the old men kind of wait for their wives to go shopping. Like, I can't do all of that walking. They always end up sitting below the escalator, right? In position where they can just look right on up. And of course, there are a lot of young ladies there with short skirts on. And if you went to the mall that day and didn't have something covering the goods, guess what? There would have been a couple of heart attacks that day. Oh my God, I'm seeing it.
Well, you gotta think, I deal with 50-year-olds sometimes. You know, if I'm dating a 50-year-old, you know, heart attack can happen anytime.
A heart attack or a hard attack?
Both. You know, but yeah, but it was at my own house. It was in a drawer, you know. So, but I never, and to me, if a female leaves something there intentionally, I wouldn't deal with her no more if I was a man.
Right.
And that's just, you know, you want somebody who can respect you. Not condoning cheating, but if you're going to do it with somebody who is going to respect her role. But
then again, some women will mess with a married man or an attached man. They'll mess with them and not respect them because they're saying, well, listen, you are cheating, so I'm not going to respect you at all. So it's almost like the domino effect. You know, once you hit one, they all fall down. The only innocent person is that one who is unknowing. But a lot of women out here, or especially on a power trip level, they'll approach a married man who's well established and may have a reasonable amount of security, money, home, this and that. But it's like a challenge for them. You know, they see that wife and say, oh, yeah, she thinks she has it going on. She thinks she has it made. And she may not be looking to bump the wife out of position, but she wants to know that she has it over the wife because she can say now that, yes, I pulled him. Even if sex didn't happen, the fact that he showed interest. Because there are a lot of women out here who feel that there are no good men. And if they see a good man or what appears to be one, they have to change their whole narrative around. They can't say that, you know, all men are no good because there's a good one. So instead of, you know, accepting and having to change and face that there are some good men, which now they're going to have to explain to themselves like, well, why am I by myself? You know, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you when you're by yourself and you don't have a man. But in this day and age, 2017, there are many women who feel a sense of validation that, yeah, child, I'm getting married or I got my man. And they'll take any old man just to say they have a man, just to prop that man up and say to the world, I have a man. And behind closed doors, she's catching hell. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know exactly what you mean. Remember, I just left mine almost 4 years of that.
Right.
So it's not sometimes, it's not point of just having a man, and it sucks because society puts it as, oh, you don't have a man? You need to get a man. You need to be married. Sometimes you just got to step back, look at it, get to know yourself. Like right now, I'm exploring myself. I'm single, but do I want a one-on-one relationship, or do I want one man, two women? Or now that you brought this to my attention, do I want 3 women and 2 men?
Right.
It's just more of.
I threw a curve. Now you're considering like, let me open up this.
Stop it. No. It's not, I'm not saying go out and sleep with every time Dick and Harry either, because that's not the case. It's just getting to know yourself more. Sometimes you got to stop listening to what others say. And when you stop doing that, oh my gosh. Because I have not always had this high self-esteem, So it's like now, once you get to know yourself, and especially the women who have been taken advantage of, being raped or abused, they have low self-esteem, so they settle for whatever. And I'm not saying all women do that who was abused, but some of them who don't seek help, counseling, and stuff like that, they tend to settle for whatever comes. So even though he treats her so nice and beautiful, but still beats her ass, but at least she's not getting raped. They settle. They don't have to. They don't. And it's more of, and I'm speaking not because I know somebody, I'm speaking from my experience. I settled. There's times I settled. So it's not like I'm thinking I'm better than anybody and all this other stuff. No. I'm getting to know who I am. So I'm exploring my options. Now, I might end up marrying a man, and me and this man live happily ever after, whatever. But I'm still exploring my options. I don't want to step back and say, well, damn, if I did this, maybe this would have happened. No. I got to know myself. I got to know my strengths, my weakness, and I'm just exploring. That's all. It's okay to be single. It's okay. It is nothing wrong with being single. You don't have nobody to answer to. And that's how you have to look at it. Stop letting other people sit here and judge you and put things in your head. It's not worth it. Let your happiness come from you, nobody else.
Make sure to check out the boldest blog at LanceScurv.com and follow Scurv on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube under LanceScurv.